Exploring deeper into the depths of the dungeon beneath Fort Nazikar, the party found themselves under attack on two fronts. Misku and Valphalin had entered a strange chamber where bodies were being prepared for some dark purpose, while Tess, Rek, Cyrene, and Ianfear face one of the terrible barbed demons in the jail where Misku was being kept. The friends fight on, but they begin to grow weary, and this could be quite dangerous. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to New Dalancia, our Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition campaign. Now, we left off in the middle of combat, so let's get some appropriate music going to start. Misku Val had broken away from the rest of the party and are fighting in the room to the southeast. If your cameras are not focused, you'll see that here. Otherwise, the rest of the party is up in the room to the northwest. All right. So, as a refresher, Tess, Cyrene, Rek, and Ianfear, the barbed devil whom you whom you currently face, is he looks he looks pretty bad. He's pretty bloodied.
So is Cyrene.
Yeah, so is Cyrene, however. Misku and Val, you both dropped the first duergar. There, it looks like you've got a wounded barb devil and another duergar, and you're also hearing footsteps coming from this direction here. All right. So when we left off, I think we're in the middle of an attack here. Go ahead and start rolling that. So we're opening up on the wrong side of this, I feel like, but here we go. Got 3 attacks coming at you, Misku. This is 2 claw attacks and 1 tail attack. 11 and 2 16s.
So one of those is a hit. Give me 1 second. So I remember we talked about this last time, but Hellish Rebuke can be used in response to an attack as a counter, right?
Yes, it should be able to. I have that too.
So would that take? So if I cast that as a counter, would that take place before his damage or after his damage?
So it's when you get attacked and you are dealt the damage by him. Basically, you respond with Hellish Rebuke.
Okay, so I would take the first hit's a miss. The second 2 would be hitting.
All right. First, the claw attack does 7 damage. That's piercing damage.
Okay, and then I'll go ahead and Hellish Rebuke in response to that.
All right. Go ahead and link your Hellish Rebuke, if you please.
I think it's... There you go.
Dang it.
Okay. So this is...
It shouldn't be adding rage to that, I don't think.
This is 11 fire damage just, right?
Let me... Sorry, 1 second. Let me... Spells. And... Chat. There we go.
Momentarily surrounded by hellish flames, the creature must make a dexterity saving throw. It takes 2d10 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one.
What's the dexterity save supposed to be? Can't be 0, right?
That is a good question. I'm not sure. So, either way, the Barb Devil, he doesn't even flinch, doesn't try to dodge, nothing. It doesn't seem to faze him at all.
Okay. Gotcha.
All right.
Yeah, in fact, he kind of puts his hand into the flame and he's like, foolish mortal.
And then we still got the second attack.
Damage from the tail. 12 piercing damage.
Okay, so that's a total of 19, so I will take half of that for rage. So I will be down to.
Remember, it's half of each. So half of 7 rounded down is 3. Half of 12 rounded down is 6.
Right, so 9.
Yeah.
So I'm at not great.
Very important to do those one at a time, though, because if you just add everything and then you divide it by half, you're going to wind up with a larger number in some cases. I don't think this is one of those cases, but you should always just make it a point to do it that way.
Okay.
Can you tell I work with floating point math all day? All right. That brings us to the next turn, who is Ian Fear.
All right. So let's see if this knife can finish this demon off, and I will say knife to meet you. Nope. Well, hang on. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I'm flanking. So.
You are flanking. That would be, yep. That is a hit.
All right. And he will take 8
piercing damage. All right. He is at death's door. Your dagger sinks right into his shoulder and he reels back in pain with a hiss. He staggers and but he maintains his footing. Moving back, Valphalin. All right, Valphalin is going to take. Actually, I'm going to take a 5-foot step this direction, and we are going to make a couple of attacks on this barbed devil. One more. We have a 20 and a 26. Both are hits. $11 and 13 slashing damage. And that barbed devil is at death's door. Tess, you're up.
Tess is going to go ahead and drop a prayer of healing.
Prayer of healing.
This is for Rex, Cyrene, and Ian Fear at the same time. Let's see. So this is going to be a 3d8, I think. Casting it as like a level 2 spell. Let's see. Sorry, I've only used this spell once.
No worries. No worries. $18. Who were you hitting with prayer of healing?
It's a AoE healing spell, so it can hit up to 6 creatures of my choosing. So it's going to be Cyrene, Rek, and Ian Fear.
Let me see. Go ahead and I'm going I'm adding that now. So Ianfear, you're topped off. Cyrene, you're very, very close. Rek, you are already topped off.
I was 1 point down. I moved it up just the 1 point. So
Cool. Everybody is in a good state of health at this point.
Okay. And that took up a spell slot of mine. Yeah, that'll be it for me.
All right. All right, the other Barb Devil is going to make 3 attacks. Let me see. So, Rek, you've got 2 claw attacks incoming. Cyrene, you've got a tail attack. Versus an armor class of 23. Both of the claw attacks miss, and the tail attack hits.
mm-hmm.
Cyrene takes 12 damage. Rek, you're up.
All right. Well, I continue my rage, and I'm going to start swinging at this guy continuously.
All right.
All right. So I'm going to swing twice with my Warhammer. 25 for the first hit, 17 for the second.
Both hit.
All right. Damage on the first is 10 with rage. Damage on the second is 17 with rage.
After the first hit, he absolutely drops. You slam that Warhammer down into his skull, which buckles and crumbles beneath its weight. He falls down to the floor. Splat.
And could we hear the fighting that's going on down the hallway?
You can probably hear the sounds of combat echoing down the hallway to the south.
All right. Then I will go charging off.
All right.
Hey, as he starts leaving off, I'm going to say, hey, don't leave this bash.
Don't leave what?
Hey, don't leave
this-
our bash.
All right, as you storm your way down the hall, you come into what looks like a line of these of the duergar. This one you notice has his hands out in front of him, and they're chained. These duergar that you can see here are in a line. They're all chained together, and they're being led by what looks to be another of the barbed demons over here around the corner.
Okay. That's about as far as I can get with my movement.
They look up and they see you, referring to the duergar. They don't appear to take any action to your being there.
Okay.
Cool. So, again, the duergar don't do anything. Cyrene, you're up.
All right. So, is this guy still going?
This one?
Yeah.
No, Rek crushed his skull.
Okay, cool. I wanted to make sure. So, all right. So I'm just going to move past him and go closer to where he is going, where Rek is going. And just kind of follow him there. I'll just stay like a spot back.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
What is this? The Barb Devil leading this sort of train of duergar, leads them into the room, and as he does, he sees what's going on down the hallway here, and he immediately drops the chain. Turning to them, he says, "Go anywhere and I'll kill you all." He storms off down the hall toward Misku.
So he's moving into my range.
Yes. Misku, you're up.
Okay. Well, I have no healing items, so it is. Guess we're just gonna keep swinging. So I will throw. Let's see. I'm gonna throw my first shot at the barb demon we've already been fighting.
That is a hit. This is two-handed, so it's actually 5 plus strength mod, which is... Alright, so it's 5 plus 3 plus 2.
So it's 10.
10, yes.
How's he looking?
He is at death's door. So you slam across his face. He staggers. And yeah, he looks pretty bad off. He doesn't look like he could take another one of those kind of hits.
Bonk.
That is a hit.
This one's gonna be a 9.
He dies.
Thank God.
But there's still the other one.
Wait, so quick
Cool.
question, because I ADHD'd during that. So there was like a dude who came from here and he told somebody to stay put or they're dead. Is that what I'm understanding correctly?
So these 4 guys right here are bound. They're like in chains.
What
And
4
they were-
guys? Can you please ping it? I don't see. Okay.
I mean, we won't see them yet until we get down to the hallway.
Okay.
But
What I was just trying to confirm is that he was saying that there were people that were chained up here, and he
Yep.
okay, making sure.
I haven't heard people with chains, so.
Okay, and I do have one more attack left from Frenzy. And I will deliver that to our Jurgar friend.
All right, go ahead.
And oof.
Fumble.
All
You're too
right.
weak.
So as long as I don't. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, as you try to take your swing, your knee buckles underneath the, the exhaustion.
I believe it. So as long as I don't move more than 5 feet away from either of those, I won't engage an attack of opportunity. Correct?
Yes, as long as you take 1 5-foot step. I'll let you switch places with Valphalin if you'd like.
I was actually gonna stand on the space where the barb demon that just fell was.
Okay. I'm gonna just go ahead and move him out of your way.
Shove him, nudge him with my foot. And that's my turn.
Okay. Ian Fear, you're up.
He muted.
Ian Fear?
Sorry about that.
There he is.
Yeah, so I'm gonna. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna move down this hallway. 10, 20, 30, 45. So I guess I'm gonna be sprinting this way. And I guess I'm right behind this chain. Am I in, like, sort of, are they facing away from me or towards me?
They're facing away from you, and as they turn around and see you come up from behind, they sort of move out of your way against the wall. You see, these guys are clearly chained up at their wrists. They can't really move around.
All right.
They're no threat to you at the moment.
I want to examine these chains to see how sturdy they look.
Oh, they look as sturdy as any typical chain you've seen.
I mean, like,
Of normal sturdiness.
all right. Well, unfortunately, that was a sprint, so yeah, I guess I'm gonna try to mosey on past to, it looks like, I guess this would be the sort of the furthest I can get to.
Like I said, they kind of press up against the wall.
All right. And yeah, that was sort of a dash, so that'll be my turn.
Okay. All right, Valphalen's going to take 1 5-foot step forward and place himself in front of the two here. Let's go ahead and have him take one longsword swipe at the duergar. 18 is a hit for 14 damage. Whoops, that was the wrong button. I'm going to take one more swing at the duergar. Once again, it's a hit for 10 damage. The duergar appears to be at death's door. Valphalen hacks away into his side. He writhes back in pain, staggers, and yeah, he looks pretty bad off. Val, in doing so, shouts at the duergar. He says, "Drop your weapon. You do not have to undergo any more pain." Tess, you're up.
Tess is going to follow the rest of the crew as fast as she can. She's running down the hallway. And she's going to stop right in front of these prisoners here who are kind of, I'm assuming, still pressed up against the wall. Are they all chained together?
Yeah, they are. They are all chained together.
Okay. Leaning over and catching her breath, she'll notice that these guys are all chained up, and Tess will look up at the closest one and say, what are you in for?
He turns to you, and you look him in the eye, and you notice that he has blood staining the beard around his mouth. He opens his mouth to speak, and all that comes out is a ah. You notice that his tongue has been cut out.
Tess out loud says, oh, you poor thing. Well, Tess will help you. Tess promises. She ran, so there's not going to be much else that I can do here. She's catching her breath.
The eyes of the duergar are hopeless as he looks at you. He turns his gaze back toward his chains and sort of buries his head toward the floor. Wreck Bloodstone, your turn.
All right. Wreck will round the corner. Think that is as far as my movement will carry me. Yeah, 40 feet. I will go ahead and hurl a hand axe. Or no, I've got those javelins. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, I'll just.
To whom are you hurling?
I just come barreling down the hallway, knocking the duergar out of my way if they're not careful enough. Past everyone else, and come yelling at the barb devil here to try to get his attention, and then fling this spear at him.
All right. Let's have it then.
18.
Hit.
All right.
What? What's going on here?
Why did it do 2 of them?
Not sure.
Okay. Let's just do the 7 and the 2.
Yeah, that's really weird. Yeah, let's take the 7 and the 2. So 9.
It might have a secondary thing if I'm. I'll look into it. Oh yeah, the second number is a D8 if I hold it in my hands and use it.
Okay,
But
so
since I'm
first one,
yeah,
okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and uncheck that one.
First one is thrown. Second one is if you
Yeah.
use it to make a melee attack. Okay,
Yeah, so
got
I chunked it. So
it. Got it. You chucked it. You hit him. It
did not.
absolutely nails this guy, and it sort of sticks in his side for a moment, and then falls out onto the floor. As it does, he turns to face you with a hiss.
All right. I'll chunk a javelin as well. That only does a 10 to hit. So
Having now turned towards you, and he sees you chuck this javelin, he kind of ducks underneath it, and it goes flying past him.
all right. I think I sufficiently have his attention now. That's
Seems
the end of
that
my
way.
turn.
Cyrene, you're up.
All right, so Cyrene is going to move forward and am I able to move past Tess? Or is that kind of like...
So from your current position, Tess is 15 feet away from you. You can move up to what, 30, is it?
Yeah.
So you would be able to move into the spot that Ian Fear is in at 30 feet. So from there, if you would like to use your second action to sprint, you can move another 30 feet, which would put you right in front of Wreck Bloodstone and in between him and the demon, or within 5 feet of that.
Okay, so I definitely don't want to be in between, so I'll just be behind Rec, and that'll be my turn.
Cool. All right. So next up, we have the Barbed Devil, who's going to make 3 attacks against Valphalin. Only the first of which is a hit, dealing 8 damage. Misku, you're up.
All right. How's this guy looking? The bar demon.
He looks a little roughed up.
Okay. Since Rex got his attention, I'll move. Well, nope, I can't move too far towards him because then I'll initiate attack. Well, no, I'm not. Okay, yeah, I'm out of range for the dragger also. Okay. All right. Let's finish this. First attack.
That is a hit.
Jeez. So it's gonna be
1 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2.
So
plus
it's 6. Wait, no, 1 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2?
8.
8.
All right. You smash into him. Seems to take the hit pretty well. He's still pretty limber.
15 on the
is
second
also a hit.
All right.
3 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2, so 3.
10.
10, yeah, 10. Strike into him once again. He reels back from the hit, but
One more.
still only looking roughed up. That is a hit.
There's some damage.
We've got 10 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2.
17.
17. I'd say he looks about wounded at this point. So you smash into him, blood kind of starts to spill from him, and he's covered in bruises and cuts.
All right, and that's my turn.
Ian Fear.
All right. Well, seeing that there's plenty of people who are sort of getting up close and personal, I think I'm going to go ahead and sort of hang back here. I'm going to move sort of into a protective flank over here by Cyrene. And then I'm going to set aside the daggers. And then I'm going to pull out my crossbow, my light crossbow, and sort of point to the demon and say, you know, I really think you should just bolt.
Bolt. Oh, I see. Crossbow bolt. That would be a hit.
All right. And that's 11 piercing.
All right. So the arrow sticks into the back of the barbed devil. He sort of turns towards you to look at you, to make eye contact with you. Otherwise, it doesn't seem to faze him too much. He's still wounded.
And that's it for me.
All right. Valphalin. All right, Val. Let's see. What am I going to use here? All right, he's going to use a goading attack, expending 1 superiority die. And here it comes. Making an attack against the barbed devil, which is a hit. For 12 plus 4 slashing damage. All right, his weapon carves deeply into the barbed devil. All right, he's going to make one other attack against the duergar.
I was gonna say, doesn't this mean if it's under the goading attack, the Durgar has to make a wisdom save?
Yes,
Or
actually that was the
the
barbed
demon?
devil has to make the
Yeah.
wisdom save. Yes. What is the wisdom save against though? Hold on. Wait, what is he rolling against? I don't understand that.
Against your wisdom, I guess?
A failed save, the target has disadvantage on all attack rolls. I'm not really sure what he's rolling against, to be honest. They're not very clear about that, are they?
The target must make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, that's all it says. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and... How would I call this? I got to make the call on this one. That is really weird how they worded this.
What class is this?
This is a Battle Master Fighter.
Combat superiority. It's 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your dex or strength modifier. Your choice.
8 plus proficiency bonus plus dex or strength.
Yes.
So 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 12. 15. That is a fail. He is goaded. All right. Tess, you're up.
After seeing these prisoners locked up in shackles, chained together, presumably, the first thing that Tess is going to do is sort through her bag. Inside her bag, in the last room, she picked up 4 padlocks and keys. Does this key work? Tess doesn't know, but she's going to try it on their padlock and see.
No. You're able to try each of the 4 keys because you are standing right there. None of them work.
Okay, next thing she's going to do, if she can, if I'm allowed to.
Yes, you have another. You have one more action.
She has a bone demon fang in her bag. She would like to push this fang into one of the chain locks, essentially, like in the center, and then take her mace and hit it like a hammer and nail to see if she can break the chain.
Roll a strength check.
All right, here we go.
Let me see.
Here is my strength check. Where are you?
Hold on.
This probably won't go too well, but let's see.
Would you say that I could see her from where I'm at?
Yes.
All right. Well, I will spend 2 of my sorcery points, and I will bend luck, and she can add a D4 to that.
Go ahead
Thank
and
you,
roll
thank you.
1d4. Ooh.
Can I use my inspiration to reroll that? Just to see you?
Yes.
A little bit better.
You were able to break the one lock holding this one duergar. He is freed. He gestures at you vaguely. What you think means maybe thanks, sort of a praying kind of hands.
Hess looks at him after he's freed, and she'll offer him the keys and the padlocks that she has, and she says, Tess doesn't know if you have more friends. Try to free or try to help us. She's giving him an option to either try to help us get out of here, or if he wants to go through the prison and try to free any other friends he has, he can take those keys.
He refuses the keys, and he starts to make his way back down the hallway this direction.
Okay.
I'm just going to move him that way.
She keeps them then, and then she looks at the next one who's locked up, and she says, Tess promises she'll get you all out.
Rek, you're up.
All right. Is this barb devil even looking at me anymore?
No.
Okay. Then Rek's gonna be like, "How dare you!" And he's just raging. I'm gonna reckless attack, move up, and continue swinging on this dude now. So
I
advantage.
can see that in my mind.
for reckless attack. So 18 and 18.
Woohoo! Hit and hit.
All right. So damage 17 on the first hit, and then 13 on the second, as he's two-handed slamming with the warhammer now.
All right.
All right. I lose my.
So you absolutely nailed this guy twice in the back. He as you slam him one direction, he's forced to take one 5-foot step that way. And as you bring your weapon back across him, he's forced to take a 5-foot step in the other direction. He reels back from this and is just absolutely blood everywhere.
There is no escape.
Door. The other duergar begin to sort of rattle their chains, and they look to start to sort of be panicking But yeah, they don't move or anything like
Tess is
that.
doing her best to calm them in the meantime.
Cyrene, you're up.
Okay, so Cyrene is going to move over here, and attack this guy who's at death's door with some acid splash. Let's see.
We have 7 acid damage. DC 13 dexterity save. He easily dodges it.
Oh, boo. Okay, that's my turn.
All right. One moment, if you please. All right. And one final desperate. Oh, actually, no, he can't. He's making 3 attacks against Valphalin.
I was gonna say he can attack others. It's just he would attack at disadvantage.
Yeah, I know. He attacks thrice, hits once, 5 damage against Valphalin, who just kind of chests the blow. Misku, you're up.
Alrighty. Let's see. Getting really tired of this guy. So I'm swinging again. The 27.
That is a hit. All right. 15 damage. Whoop. He doesn't look like he can take another hit like that.
How about one like this?
Roll damage.
8, 10.
He dies.
Fucking finally.
And that's it for combat.
I mean, yeah, these are demons apparently, or devils, or so they're suitably tough.
Everything seems to calm down after a while.
So after Misku's final attack, Hammer is still stuck in the barb demon. She kind of just falls over to the ground and points at him and goes, "You stay down."
And you stay there.
Misku, are you okay?
Not really. Not really at all.
All right, well, I guess sort of Ianfear will beckon over towards Tess and be like, we need a medic.
Tess calls from down the hallway. Tess could use some help down here actually first.
Wreck, still seething, will begin moving down the hallway.
It's clear that Tess is trying to free these last 3 Duergar that are chained up. She has her mace out and her little sharp bone piece, and she's trying to break each little chain to at least free them so that they can run off.
I've got this. And I'll use strength checks to snap the bindings.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it. We're going to call this a DC 15.
Okay.
I would say it looks like if you just break 2 of them, all 3 of them will be freed.
All right.
That's right, yes.
I have advantage on this type of thing. So 8, no. 20.
You're able to break the binding between these two.
Okay.
So it doesn't necessarily free them from the binds that are around their wrists, but it does free them from being bound to one another, so they are able to move independently of each other.
That's pretty much the most we can do at this point.
Unless one of you are able to pick locks.
So, if I were to use my knife or my dagger in order to try to slide it in and try to fit it through to as a rudimentary way to pick the lock, what kind of skill would I have to roll for that?
Well, number one, if you have a tool proficiency in any thieves' tools, then that's something that you could roll for that. Number two, I would allow you to roll a sleight of hand or a dexterity, or just a core dexterity check.
So
oh yeah, Misku, do you have any thieves' tools?
Yes. I was going to say, professional criminal here. I have thieves' tools and I'm proficient.
All right,
Well,
let's look
by
for
all
professional
means.
criminal.
Tess will motion over to Misku and say, Misku, might you be able to help?
I'm all right, kid.
Eee, she claps and cheers on Misku.
Okay, it's asking me for an input value for my tool set.
Dexterity would be your input value.
But to say, I'm going to roll these thieves' tools of strength.
You can force locks with thieves' tools. That is possible. In fact, someone did that to my Mustang. Success. So you free one of the 3 remaining duergar.
All right, I'm rolling a check for each of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, go ahead and roll them. We'll just say they move up one at a time. That's also a success. Somehow that last lock just doesn't budge.
Yeah, let's see if I can try my hand with my daggers. Maybe it's because it's magical, it'll have more of effect.
They also have, Cyrene could
Yeah, I
also
was
try
gonna
acid.
say. Yeah, I was gonna
Acid
try to
splash.
say acid splash.
Well, before we do that, considering that means they'll have to potentially take some acid damage because of the splash onto them.
True.
Let's see if this works first. So you said I could roll either straight dexterity or sleight of hand?
Is there a way that Tess can assist that with, like, her quarterstaff or the bone demon fang that she has?
Not in this case. We're
Okay.
talking about moving tumblers into the correct position.
Yeah.
I thought he was trying to force it with a dagger.
Oh, is he
Yeah.
trying to force it?
I thought he was trying to, like, break one of the links or something.
So yes, but I'm going to use my dagger into the thing to try to sort of like force the tumblers into place.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this is a dexterity check. He's not going to. He's not trying to break the lock open with his, like, break the tumblers
That's why I
off
was
with his dagger, which can
That's
also
what-
be done. That's what I mean when I say force a lock.
That's why I was wondering because you had also said I could potentially use sleight of hand as well.
Yeah,
Or-
sleight of hand. Sleight of hand will also work on this one.
All right, I'll attempt sleight of hand with this. Ooh, do I have anything I could do for this? No, it's not good enough.
All right. Well, you are. So you kind of shift the lock around. You can definitely feel all. Seems like there are 4 tumblers on this lock, from what you can tell. You're able to shift the first 2 into place, but the other 2, you just don't have enough balance between the force of keeping the lock steadily turned to the left and pressing each of those tumblers up and also holding the front ones into place.
All right, yeah.
Can I try sleight of hand?
Sure, you can try a sleight of hand if you'd like.
She's got a much smaller dagger.
Oh, that's true.
It's still bad.
Yeah, you were not good at picking locks.
All right. Yeah, I
It's
guess we'll say
human inventions, these, and you just are not canny with them.
So we'll I suppose we'll look to the duergar and say we can break this lock for you, but unfortunately it may be painful. You best brace yourself.
Tess can always
He
try the fang and mace again.
sort of like turns his head away and he holds his hands out with the lock. You see that he's sort of gritting his teeth, and as you look at him, you notice the same blood sort of surrounding his mouth, stained into his beard.
Yeah, I think we got to give a shot with the acid splash.
So he doesn't dexterity save or anything like that. The acid sort of seeps into the lock, and from what you can tell, while the lock does not actually break itself, it looks like the mechanism has been damaged.
Would that make it so we can roll for advantage for trying to force the lock now? Or trying to break the chain?
You can most definitely try.
I'll give a shot. This is gonna be a. Okay, so yeah, let's see if this will work now. Oof.
Actually, as you place the dagger into the lock, it pretty easily turns this time. It seems like the acid has melted through each of the tumblers, and all it needed was a little bit of a turn to get it to shift into place. The lock falls off. I should say the shackles fall off.
Yeah.
Some of the acid seems to have kind of, burned into his skin a little bit. It looked painful, and you could kind of hear him go. Looks like he's had worse, though.
Tess will urge him to go join his friends who have already run off.
All right. He starts to take off down the hallway. Let me just... All right. All four of them take off down the hallway after they kind of vaguely gesture at you.
You're welcome.
That is very kind what you have done.
Tess would hope that somebody would do the same for Tess in the same situation.
Well, I believe it is time we...
Misku's all fucked up, right?
Yeah, Misku's just kind of off on the side, kind of bleeding out.
Okay, yeah. We're gonna go ahead and take care of that. Let's see. What do I have? What do I have? Some cure wounds action. Let's see. $23 heals just for Misku.
Hey,
Milady.
Misku's gonna ruffle Tess's hair and be, thanks, kid.
Tess looks up at her and just beams with excitement.
Hold on, what's...
I gotta
Times
feed
2d8.
dog. I'll be right back.
Interesting. Okay. We'll go with the 23. I don't think you need to actually type in the rolling 3d8 piece.
Well,
Yeah, but if you look at it, like there's 6 and 6 that came through on that, and one of them looks like it's 1 times 2d8, so 2d8, and then the one on the bottom is 1d8. So it's like 1d8, the bottom one for casting at level 1, and then the right? So there's 1 times 2, right, which is 1d8 times the 2 skill levels equals 3 plus 3. So that would make 3d8, which would be 12. But it's cool. We're gonna go with the 23. Basically, those two did the rolls for you. But it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Okay. And Misku, it looks like you already added the hit points.
Yep. Quick question: are the barb demons wearing clothes? Or are they naked?
They're naked.
Okay. There's nothing really to loot off them then.
Correct.
Okay. I do want
Alright.
to loot these friends though.
Let's see what they have.
Rec picks up his spear and javelins.
They don't look any they don't look damaged or anything like that. Sort of clean the blood off of them and they look like they're good to go. Okay, so on each of the duergar, they probably are carrying around 3 Tears of the Fallen apiece, and each of them has a normal-sized war pick.
All right. I guess I'll take one of them war picks. War pick. The basic war picks, or
Yep, just basic war picks.
I'm sorry. What are Tears of the Fallen?
It's the little blue tier money.
Right.
Hellish currency.
Gotcha. All right, and guess we should figure out our sacrifice friends who are strewn about.
All right, so from here, I would like to go ahead and redo a new turn order for just generic dungeon crawling. So everybody please roll, and Annette, click on your character as you roll. I think I got everybody. All right, we're going to go ahead and start with Tess.
Tessa's just gonna walk up and she's gonna examine the bodies. I'll hold an action because I need time to read.
Okay. So examining the bodies, you can obviously tell that they've had some sort of, combat recently. Other than that, in examining the duergar in specific, their hands are very blistered, much more than you would think, and they are like they look like they've been overworked. Wreck.
All right, Rex just gonna come in, take a survey of the room for anything that might stand out. Interest.
Looking around the room, you see several bodies laid out on tables. Each of them seem to have various cuts on them. For instance, the guy here has sort of a cut across his belly, and he has had his entrails sort of pulled out and put into these bags that are underneath the tables. The same goes for a lot of the people laid out on these. They have various cuts, and it looks like they've had their entrails sort of pulled out, and almost as though they're being prepared for something, though you don't know what. Never seen anything like it.
Ugh, this is the weirdest butcher shop I've ever seen.
Yeah, it smells terrible in here.
All right. Do I see any other way out of this area?
There is a hallway up to the north. There is also the hallway that you came in from. Other than
Okay.
that, there is no other visible exit.
All right. I'm going to post up by this entrance and just keep lookout then.
All right. Looking through the hallway to the north, you notice the south end of the room that you were in previous. Now, Phelan kind of walks over to toward the hallway. Seems to sort of take a step in, and then he takes a step out and turns toward you, Ian Fear, and he says, "I believe this may have been the hallway that we were brought in from. I attempted to keep my eyes closed when it was pertinent to do so, but I believe that this is the self-same one." Ian Fear, you're up.
Well, then, it looks like it only makes sense to start trying to make our way through there, since we've been through. It sounds like we've been through the area that was above this room.
Indeed, though I don't recall what is on the level above this one, due to the way that we were being carried.
Well, I will move ahead, and if I can spot any danger, I should be able to get out quickly enough to warn you.
I will accompany you, but at a distance, as I am quite a bit more uncoordinated.
So that would be. So that's 5.
Lizard mango clink clink.
30 would be right here. Then.
Ian Fair, as you proceed down the hall, you still hear the footfalls of the duergar that you released previous. As you can see them walking, sort of limping down the hall ahead. There's a hallway that breaks off to the left in front of you, and a hallway that breaks off to the right. Somewhere from one of those directions, you can hear the distinct humming of some humanoid. It's most definitely a magical chanting.
I'll sort of put a hand up as I've stopped towards this area and look back as I put a finger up to motion for Val Phelan to be as quiet as possible so I can try to pinpoint this sound.
Well, Phelan's going to take a 5-foot step back and toward the rest of the party say, "Ian Fear believes he has found something in the hallway yonder."
Yes, we'll join you shortly.
Misku, you're up.
All right.
Just curious. Oh, okay, it is there.
And he was Ian Fair was headed this way, correct? Back to the left, or is it?
Yes, Ian Fear was headed off this way.
All right, I'll head that way with y'all also, since this room seems pretty taken care of.
Combat rules apply here. If you want to go your 60, you will forfeit your other actions. So, you can't like run 60 and then pick a lock or something.
I'll take my 80 actually, since my base movement's 40.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's that.
I'm gonna get between. Let's see, move here first, and boop. I'll get right here.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Cyrene, you're up.
So Cyrene is just going to move between Misku and Infear to right here. And then that'll be her turn.
Tess, you're up.
DM confirmation. These two are humanoids, correct?
Correct.
These two are not.
Correct.
They're bone demons or something.
That is correct.
Okay. Using one of her tiefling fangs, Tess is going to bite into her finger, drop a piece of blood, a piece of her zombie flesh that she has on her, and then shave off a bit of bone dust. We're going to go ahead and animate these two dead humanoids with animate dead.
Reanimate their feet.
I'm gonna get some undead friends, hopefully. I meant to cast that as a 4th level spell. That was my bad.
Okay.
I mean, it just reposted it, but still.
Okay.
And that's using Tess's held action from the previous turn that she was still checking out the bodies, seeing if they were good candidates for undead friends.
It's kind of a cool icon right there. All right. They both. One moment here. Actually, let's go ahead and set him to that. And for now, we'll set him to that. All right. So they're now both your thralls. I can't really hand control over them to you as of yet. Well, actually, yeah, I can. You know what? Yeah, I can. Boop. And boop.
Looking at her two new friends, she will give them a very cordial bow and say, "Thank you for joining Tess, my friends. For now, Tess must ask that you watch our backs and follow us through until Tess has something else. In the meantime, we shall call you Tom and Jerry." And then she's gonna start following Val. That's gonna be her next turn. So we've got Tom and Jerry with us.
As Rex sees these two things rise up from the grave, he's going to draw his warhammer and I'm like,
Tess will double back for a moment and look at Rex and put her hands up and say, "Oh, Tess apologizes, my friend. These are my friends now." Tess commands them. You may put your weapon down.
Rex a little weirded out.
Tess is used to this. Not everybody knows. We value our undead friends while they are here. They make up for past mistakes by guarding our backs. Tess appreciates your patience and understanding.
Tom goes, and Jerry goes, grains. He's obviously a vegetarian zombie.
That's gonna end Tess's turn. She's just trying to follow Val, and she's got Tom and Jerry behind her.
Tom and Jerry. Okay.
Okay, last time no one batted an eyelash at fucking Fred, okay? Like, I'm just gonna keep going after nostalgic character names until I run out of ideas, and then I'll get more creative. So until then, y'all are gonna have to deal with having Tom and Jerry on the team.
Can you see those?
No, I can't see.
Oh, hold on.
Wait, I see you moved one of them.
How do I? Can I fix that? That would be pretty cool if I could fix that.
I see Tom's name now.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get used to my crazy undead names. It'd be like that.
Okay. Tom and Jerry. Wreck Bloodstone, you're up.
All right, Rec starts to follow along, but keeping a distance from these undead.
Yeah, they seem very fixed on what Tess is doing, and you know they're not speaking or anything outside of the usual groans. And Jerry keeps saying something about grains, which is really weird.
All right, I'll continue to follow warily.
Valphalen's going to take, he's going to step forward about 10 feet behind Misku. He seems to be trying to be quiet, but not doing a very good job at it, as every time he steps, you hear the clunk, clunk, clunk of his armor. Ian Fear, you're up.
All right, so first, come here, and we're going to see if I can determine which hallway I can hear this noise coming from.
As you approach the end of the hallway, you can tell that the noise is coming from the right-hand side.
Okay. So...
Oh yes, these guys also move forward.
We'll take a peek in there real quick.
Inside the chamber, a smaller room, there is a lone duergar who is sort of with his arms raised over this, and he's standing over this this large circle. There is a what appears to be a humanoid laid out on the circle. Beyond that, a hanging cage hanging from the ceiling with a counterweight.
Okay. So after taking that peek, I'm going to look back to the rest of the group and just one finger up and then to everyone else. And then going to see if I can try to stealth into this room.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it. Okay. As you step into the room, the duergar does not seem to realize that you were there.
Now, you said it was a humming I heard. Now, do I actually hear any sort of like chanted word or
It's him, and yes, it. So you don't hear. Well, yes, you do hear chanted words.
but it
I
depends
think.
on the language, I think.
So yeah, these are arcane, words. Essentially, they're meant to. Um, they're the words of I don't want to say summoning, but they're like essentially summoning what you believe to be a portal. This is similar to other duergar that you've heard that were doing this similar ritual.
Okay. All right. So
Only, of course, when you heard them previously, you weren't in hell.
right. All right. So I'm actually gonna after like seeing what I've seen, I'm gonna sneak back into the hallway, and then rejoin the group. And then, so I'll sort of like as I'm bringing him in close and say, "It appears that we have another duergar here, and it looks like he's attempting to create a similar portal to what we saw above ground."
I wonder if this portal may bring us back to the surface. This could be a chance to make it back. But
What
should we take it?
well, I would say we don't have a vested interest in the politics of what's going on down here. But
As I understood it, Tess had a vested interest. That is enough for me.
if you still want to stay here to learn more information, then we will do what we can to help you out. But this would be a chance to get back to the surface if that's what you would prefer.
Perhaps let us return to the rest of the party and talk this over.
Agreed.
Misku, Cyrene, what are your thoughts on this?
Misku's fine either way, TBH. Misku's not really super invested in staying down here or going back either way.
And Cyrene? Cyrene? Cyrene, are you there? Hello?
I don't see her character on the thing anymore. She may have dropped
Yeah,
connection.
sorry. Yeah, sorry. It broke up. Can you hear me?
Your thoughts on staying or going?
Going.
So you're wanting to go through the portal back to the surface?
Sure. Why not? We've done all we can here.
My friends, I am torn. I know that Rek was urgent to get back to the surface, but Tess still has questions to answer here. What shall we do?
My concern is we've only encountered a small number of what appears to be a hellish army, but of what we've encountered, they seem far above anything else we've come to, and we've had to come up with a number of resources just to be able to deal with it. We might need more experience before we're ready to handle coming back and dealing with an army of them.
If we were to leave, why would we return? But we haven't heard from Tess. She was the one who originally heard the voice telling us to come here in the first place. I would like to hear your thoughts.
While she was listening to everyone, Tess was deep in thought, and then she looks up at everyone and she thinks, or she says out loud, Tess thinks the big reason we came down here was for Bearman, and she points to Rek. Obviously, we have seen these demons, these monsters, up on our end as well. Would be very easy to come back. Seems like portals are popping up everywhere. This is a glimpse of what we can expect for the future. May be best for us to report back. Tess thinks we go through the portal. We'll be back eventually.
Then I stand beside you. Rek, I assume that you're ready to return as well.
Rex steps over. Aye, I mean, if we needed something, I'm willing to help you because you helped me. But I'd like to get back. There's safety of my tribe to consider, at least for my side of things.
Edenfear?
Yes, I think we need to come back. If we need to go back up, if for no other reason than to potentially marshal the resources of Bunavar, and perhaps they would be best able to help us return and help Tess out.
Tess could use a drink, a bath, and a nice room for the night.
As could I, friend. Edenfear, you seem to be the one with the most studious of this sort of magic. How long do you think that we may have to wait before a portal emerges?
Well, our previous experience has been anytime, essentially, we've had fresh blood. It hasn't been very long at all for a portal to appear. I say we watch and wait and see what happens.
Indeed. We will be behind you. Signal when you have the ready. Edenfear, I'll go ahead and let you move once more. I'll let you take a regular movement, and then we'll go in turn order.
30 would put me right here.
Misku.
All right, I'll follow suit. Ooh, Misku's gonna kind of huff, cross her arms, and just state out loud, as long as I can fight that giant when we get back here, we can leave for now. That's fine with me.
We'll come back ready to kick ass.
Misku will high five Tess on the way out the door.
Cyrene.
All right, so Cyrene is just going to follow Misku and Yfronto and be right here.
Tess.
Tess turns to Tom and Jerry with a tearful eye. She says, "Will you please accompany Tess through the portal? I think there may be some friends on the other side who might want to see you."
Tom says, and Jerry says, eggplant.
Tess sheds a tear and wipes it away and says, "Tess knew you would be loyal friends. Thank you."
He has such a way with words.
Oh. Oh.
So Tess, Tom, and Jerry are gonna proceed down the hallway.
Rek kind of lets out a exasperated sigh and follows suit. And lead on.
Valfalen has his weapon drawn at this point. I'll bring up the rear. Edenfear, you're up.
Okay, well, first, I'm going to get back in here. Okay.
As you step into the room, you can once again hear the very clearly the chanting of this dwarf. He, hands waving, is now sprinkling what appears to be ash over the corpse of this humanoid that's laid out over this circle. The ash collects into a cloud above the humanoid and sort of funnels off to the left-hand side this direction. You start to hear that familiar sound of a swirling vortex.
Okay. So I will sort of like leaning back outside the room to look to the others and nod and motion into the room.
Misku, you see the gesture from Ian Fear come around the corner.
All right.
Then I will step to right here. And then so this guy looks just completely focused on this, right?
Yeah, he is completely focused on this for right now. The swirling portal, although it is not fully open, it is opening. Your chance is coming right now.
Yeet.
Okay. Uh well, I mean, I guess I'm gonna hold an action, and so it's this right here, right?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna hold an action for right now, and then if it does fully form, I'm going to attempt to use where is it? Misty Step uh to go into the portal.
Okay. Misku, you're up. You've been signaled to come down the hallway.
All right. Am I having to roll stealthy by this guy?
If you want to stealth.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Oh, right. He was sprinkling. He's like right there.
I'll move into this corner right here.
Okay. He seems to remain fixed on what he's doing. He's sort of sprinkling this ash on a corpse that's just underneath him there. And the ash has formed this cloud that is funneling off to a portal sitting right there.
Sorry, signal where the portal is. The portal here.
That is where it's going to attempt to form.
Yeah, it's right here.
Oh, okay. So he's facing that. Never mind. I'm gonna.
So I'm going to make that a little bit more clear maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. That works.
So the portal's not open yet.
It is currently opening. It is almost there.
Okay. I guess I'll just wait for it to open up and then brush through.
Okay. Holding an action. Cyrene, you're up.
All right, Cyrene is going to follow suit and go into the room and hold there until we're able to get through.
Cyrene enters the room. The entire room begins to light up with her dancing lights. The duergar notices and turns to face her. As he does, the portal finishes opening. Ian Fear, you had a held action?
Yeah. So as the portal has finished opening up, I will attempt to I will misty step into the portal.
All right. Ian Fear, you misty step into the portal and you vanish. Cyrene, any other actions here?
Am I able to go through the portal?
You can. It looks like you can sprint over there.
Yes, I'm gonna do that.
Cyrene, you make your way through the portal. Whoop, Tess, sorry. I didn't mean to skip your turn.
No, it's okay.
Oh, also,
Huh? Oh, music.
yeah, this is combat.
Oh, okay.
And I was actually holding action also to run through the portal.
Oh, yes, then I believe you may go ahead and do so.
Boop.
Tess is going to pause at the doorway. Seeing this is a humanoid? A duergar, is that right?
Yeah, this also is a humanoid. He has noticed you, by the way. He is turned towards you.
All right, Tom and Jerry, now's your time. Tess is going to call to Tom and Jerry, and she's going to try to command her undead to restrain this this humanoid dude.
All right.
So they need to run up. So I don't think they're gonna quite make it there just in time.
They can sprint and make it there.
Okay.
Yeah, I just measured it. They're
Sweet.
fine.
Okay.
They won't be able to take any action yet, but they will. They can get there.
Okay, so basically she's just gonna stand in the doorway and kind of let her undead companions through to see if we can try to hold this humanoid, so that the three of us can get out of the portal.
Okay. Wreck Bloodstone.
All right. As she calls out to them, Rek will also move. All right, that's just gonna put me here.
Yeah, you could get all the way up to here on your movement, I believe, because you're 30, right?
40.
40. You can actually make it all the way to the portal from where you were at, sprinting.
Well, I'm. All right.
If you're
I will-
sprinting.
I'll sprint up here and hold. I'm not leaving without the rest of them.
All right. Phelan? Phelan's going to stop right in front of the portal, and his weapon drawn and his shield facing the duergar. He also posts up with you. So you guys are shoulder to shoulder. All right, the duergar. Vanishes. After it cants a sort of magic word, it just sort of vanishes from sight. You can no longer see it. Tess, you're up.
All right. Tess is going to grab Tom's arm and say, "Come with Tess," and we're gonna hop through the portal.
You hop through the portal. I wish I would stop doing that. Let me send that to a different layer real quick.
Come with me if you want to unlive.
Wreck, I'll be right behind you.
Don't be long. And then Rek will step through the portal.
Step through the portal and vanish. Valphalin follows suit.
Goodbye, Jerry.
Oh, Tom and Jerry.
Now it's just Tom.
Yeah, well, Jerry went often enough. It's time to time. Got something.
True.
One moment, if you please. Just preparing everything.
Evan chat for Jerry. He's gonna be on the other side of that portal for 24 hours looking for that duergar to try and grapple him. He's on a never-ending quest.
Just imagine when you were calling your zombie friends to come and help you. You're like, Tom, do something.
Tom, do something. Help me, Tom.
Oh, huh. I had it closed. One moment, if you please. Actually, can we cut to BRB for just a moment?
we're back.
As you step through the portal, you come into a room that seems somewhat familiar. Go ahead.
There it
Should
is.
move you to the correct place. Inside of this place, there are two statues standing next to the portal that is now closing behind you. I remember this place. We have been here before. But where was it?
No.
Tess is busy looking frantically around for her undead friend Tom. Did he not make it?
Doesn't look like it.
Oh, Tom.
One moment. Where is this one? Oh, did I not? Oh, okay. I guess I didn't. Oh, yeah, I did. It's there. Okay. I believe I remember. This was a... Yes, we have been here before. Near Bunavar. Do you recall? We followed the halfling.
Of course. The mysterious cave.
Indeed.
Well, that's not very far from Bunava. We should, if that's the case, and we should let them know immediately what's going on.
Should most definitely make our way out of this place and back to Bunavar.
Tess nods her head and straightens up and gets ready to leave.
Be careful. I recall that there was some issue with footing in this place.
Mm-hmm.
The walls of this, obviously man-made structure are covered in a layer of dust. Everything looks very old, Rek, as you step through, but you have no recollection of this place, of course. There are these eerie statues sort of staring into the center of the room, and as the portal closes shut behind you, the only illumination left behind is from the torch behind you. And then you recognize that there is also a bit of lighting down the hall. Let's go ahead and have everyone roll another init. This one is for, getting out of the cave. My question, why would they need to open a portal near Bunavar? And if they have opened this portal, can it be reopened from their side?
Seems to be the portal can go both ways.
That bodes ill for the people of Bunavar.
Could be people, if they are disappearing, could be disappearing through portal. Maybe weapons could be passed through.
Could be. Or perhaps there's some other, more sinister purpose. Whatever the case, let's move on. Misku, you're on point.
Okie doke. See, 1, 2.
Had you been here before? I think you had been here before, right?
Yeah, because
My character, maybe. I'm not sure if I've been here specifically personally.
well, especially because in order to get into the cave, we had to use your thing as a fulcrum to open up the.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I came to this place the second time we came back, or more so I was missing that session the first time around. But yes.
Yep. Okay.
So I can't actually.
I think you were here for it. Go ahead and make your move.
I can't actually see anything past to the north of me. I do have.
You don't see this?
It's just like like I can see the. Yeah, I'm.
Oh, I think I know why that is. One moment. Working on it. Aha, that's why it is. Okay, try now.
There we go. Oh, hey, a chest.
That chest is open. It has been previously opened.
Oh, is it empty? Can I tell if it's empty from here?
Yeah, it looks empty.
Okay, lame. 1, 2.
I'm pretty sure we're the ones that open that chest.
Gotcha. 4, 5, 6, 7.
As you come into the next room, you see a looks like a somewhat used sleeping bag and a cooking fire that has been long since put out. There's a torch on the wall, but it does not burn.
Can I check to see if the fire has been put out recently, or if it's been there for a little bit, or?
Sure. You want to move up to it?
Yeah.
Inspecting the fire of the cooking fire more closely, it looks like it has not been used in some time.
All right. So that's about as far as I'm going to move for this turn. I will, in a hushed voice, shout back, "All clear." That's my turn.
Phelan walks into the hallway, his weapon drawn, but he doesn't look like he's expecting anything in fear.
Okay. 5:30. And
Before you is an unlit torch. I forgot to see how. I forgot how you can do that. Let me see. So as you're dragging, Rec, if you click and drag, you'll build the first arrow, and then if you right-click, it puts a second arrow. So you can do that. What you were trying to do.
well,
Crazy.
If this torch is unlit, let's use prestidigitation to make it lit.
It is done. The torch. The torch lights up. Misku, you can now clearly see around the room. Yeah, you can definitely tell this cooking fire. The wood is all burnt to ash, and it looks old, and it has sort of a layer of dust sitting on top, a fresh layer of dust, mind you. So it looks like it, although it was used more recently, not since the last time you've been here. Also, there is a layer of dust upon the sleeping bag.
Noted.
And that's the turn.
Tess.
Tess is going to actually, since it looks like Cyrene is standing right next to her, she looks to Cyrene and says, "Oh, my little friend, Tess didn't realize you were hurt." She'll pop a level 2 cure wounds on Cyrene.
Cyrene does a little jingle as a thank you.
Cyrene gains 10 health. Why is that not working? Oh, I see. Oh. Yeah, Cyrene's almost fully healed now.
Sweet.
About 1. Huh. Okay.
And she's gonna just take off following after Val.
Okay. We're back. Wreck Bloodstone, you're up.
All right. At this point, Rex just going to cautiously move forward, hammer at the ready. And just comes around the corner, looking, investigating.
The walls of this place bear the same dust that you've seen in the first room. As it opens up, um, you start to smell the um, you start to get some kind of strange smells. They smell like perhaps another section of tunnel or sort of an earthy uh, sort of rocky smell. Very
Okay.
strange, kind of wet. Cyrene, you're up.
All right, so Cyrene is just going to move up. So let me do that. And that is her turn.
All right, folks. So that's all the time that we've got for today. Next time, we'll see the conclusion of um, all of this particular segment, and I hope that you will all join us next Sunday on New Dalancia, Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition campaign, and also join us on Saturday for Deep Space Transmissions happening 6 to 9 p.m. as always. New Delancia next Sunday from 5 to 7 p.m. There's more information on that down in the stream schedule section of my my Twitter page. You can also, I'm sorry, Twitch. You can also check my Twitter for more information on those. But until next time, this is VG Punks and Friends, and we're signing off. Keep a song in your heart.
Bye.